Hi everyone, welcome to Whispering Spirit Tarot. Tarot lovers, hi. I'm just going to do my usual share. We'll set that up now. A couple of minutes early so that I could do this. I hope you've all had an interesting weekend. I've had an intense weekend. I had an amazing session on Saturday and I was pretty tired after that. Where am I sharing this? And that moon, how intense. Is it just me? I don't think so. I feel like this moon, the build up, the lead up to this moon, last night I was just, I felt like my heart cracked open. So emotional, so many tears. Like I just spontaneously started crying. I was eating pizza and tears were coming out as I'm eating pizza. I'm like, oh my God, I threw the pizza down. I thought, stop eating, just let it out of your body. Yeah, it was intense. It was so intense. And then I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning, awake. I've been awake since 3 a.m. What's with that, hey? Hi everyone. Hi Rebecca. Hi Nell. Hi Justina. Hi Alana. Oh, look, there's a few people on tonight. You've obviously had an intense weekend as well. Daniela, hi. It's good to see everyone. You can't hear. Oh, I don't know why. Can everybody else hear me? It must be your computer. Hi Rosie, good to see you. Can someone just let me know? Hi Katrina, let me know if you can hear me. Kim's saying you can't hear me. Can you just check that you can? Oh, obviously you can, because Katrina's just said that. Yes, it's so intense. I'm just on the other side of it now. But you know when you sort of wake up in the middle of the night and it's 3 a.m. Well, you know, it was 3 a.m. and I'm looking out the window and it's just that nighttime realm is a really interesting realm to be in. And then, you know, so I was looking outside because I was looking at the moon and in the end, at 3:30 a.m. I started watching Outlander because I needed something just to distract me from my thoughts. I just couldn't get to sleep. So, yes, anyway, yeah, and heart cracked wide open. I was really emotional and feeling and teary and yes. I feel better now. I feel good. Actually, I was all right. It was like just this spontaneous release. It was really bizarre. Oh, that's good, Rebecca. You can hear now. Yes, apparently, Rosie. Apparently, we'll see. Hey, we've all got our own unique. Our charts are all unique, and our planets are. You know, we have our own unique charts. So we'll just see. I don't know. I need to go on. I need to have a look at the transits again, see what's going on in my chart. So cold tonight. Yes, the temperature's dropped. Okay, I haven't done my shares. I've been sitting here talking about the moon and I forgot to do my shares. Hold on, let me do this. So that's okay because we don't have not everybody's jumped on. Oh, how do I do this? Oh, it's here. Share in a group. So I'll just quickly do my shares and then we can get started. And then I'm ready to go. Yes, and then I ate, I'm vegetarian, well vegan, vegetarian / a bit of both. And I went and got myself one of those, I'm just doing my share, just talking while I'm doing my share. I went and got one of those plant-based burgers from Hungry Jack's. Gosh, it was so salty. So salty. It wasn't nice at all. I think I'm off them. And then it felt like it was getting stuck in here. And I was gagging and I was having to scull water. It was horrible. Don't recommend them. I thought they were good, but they're not. They're yucky. Felt like a burger. I should have just had some salad and stuff at home. I would have been much happier. Anyway, okay. Weekly tarot report. Oops, free readings. I'm ready to go. No, we can't go wrong with a bit of Jamie. You're right there, Katrina. It was very settling. Well, actually, it wasn't settling because it calmed me, but I was, yes, I was awake. I haven't been to sleep yet. I sort of got a little bit dozy about 10 o'clock, and then I remembered I had to go to Cardinia to pick up the, sorry, the spider caught my eye, to pick up my computer, which is now finally being fixed. So my computer broke down right midway through the Mercury retrograde. Of course it did. Hi Irina, good to see you. Let me say hello to everyone if there's anybody I've missed. I don't think so. Okay, so if this is hi Stephen, good to see you. If this is the first time that you've joined me, my name is Marina Lovas, and I refer to myself as your soul purpose mentor, and I support intuitive and spiritual entrepreneurs to monetize their passion to purpose, and I do that through channeling training and tarot training and obviously business mentoring, and I help you create programs and services that sell out. I help you fulfill your soul purpose, to deliver your soul work, to align with the work that you've come here to do in this lifetime. And I really love my job. I'm really lucky. I love my job, and I've designed my own job. I've designed this. And it's good fun. I love turning up to work. I don't have a problem going to work. I love Mondays. I used to hate Mondays when I was employed, working in mental health. I used to dread Mondays. Dread. Sundays, actually. It was Sundays. I used to wake up Sunday morning just like thinking, oh no, I've got work tomorrow. Oh no, that feeling. And then Sunday night, that just horrible dread. I don't feel that anymore. Never. I feel Monday's clean slate Monday. I love Mondays. Best day of the week. Hi, Beck. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate your feedback. Hi, Carlita. Okay, so how this works is I'm going to... No housekeeping tonight, by the way. I haven't launched anything this week. Not yet, anyway. I will. I've got a surprise. I've just got to organise. I've got a bit of organising to do. It's going to take me a little while to just organise it properly. I want to set it up properly. Anyway, so how this works is I'm going to pick 3 cards, and these 3 cards are randomly chosen tonight, and they are the energy report for the week. So your spirit team, my spirit team, your higher self, my higher self, we're all working in collaboration together. And I've put my hand up to channel for you. So I'll read the cards as well as whatever else drops in as I'm reading the cards. So I read the generic meaning of the cards, but I also add to it based on the energy that I feel is moving through me as I speak. And then after I've done that, I'll do some readings. So if you'd like a reading, you just need to put yes in the comment section. Hi Nigel, good to see you. Oh, we did. We had a great Halloween. It was really rich in experience, rich in spirit, rich in the invisible. We were tapped into the invisible world, feeling, sensory. It was pretty amazing, really intense. When everybody left, because I ran a session on Saturday, when everybody left, I finally got the windows open. I couldn't because they were locked, but got the owner to open the windows, and the energy in the room, I said to her, go in and feel it. It was dense, it was thick, it was spirit, it was full of beings everywhere. We opened the window and it was just, it cleansed the space. It was just really, really intense. So it was an intense day, a very powerful day. We evoked the invisible. It was intense. Anyway. Had to be there. One of those things had to be there. I hope your Halloween was wonderful as well, Nigel. And I'm glad to see that you're here. I'm glad that you've been able to join us live. I know when I first met you, you had trouble joining live, so it's great. I'm happy that you're here. Hi, Kelly. Happy Sunday. Okay, I'll better pick the cards because I'm doing a bit too much talking, aren't I? It's because I'm a bit trippy because I'm tired. All right, 3 cards. Oh, I just really want a good reading this week, don't you? I really want something positive. Let's see what comes through. Okay. So, the first card. Oh, this is an abundant card. So his name is Poseidon. He rules the pentacles in the Mythic tarot, and he rules earth and water, and he's a very powerful god. He was a very angry god. He was irritable. He was easily angered, And he was a great support to some of the different kings in Greece and in Athens and in Crete. And he was very helpful, but you had to make offerings to Poseidon. He liked all the gods. They wanted you to offer, to basically sacrifice animals or beings, people, to them. And he loved his offerings. He loved them. Anyway, Poseidon, this card is the ace. And in the Pentacles rules the earth realm, our 3D reality, the way in which we manifest ideas into form, putting our thoughts into material form. And it's about the way we look after our body, how we nurture ourselves, how we nurture our physical being. And this card is an upsurge of energy. Whenever an ace comes up in a reading, we know that there is like a big manifesting energy. This is a powerful week. Whatever you've been seeding under this full moon, and it was an intense full moon, expect to be delivered. It will be delivered this week. It's on its way. And for those of you who are seeking potentially who have projects, that financial projects, whether that be a new business venture, whether that be new job opportunities, whether that be looking for pay rises or wanting some kind of pay rise, this is your sign. This is the sign. This is an abundant card. This is a prosperous card. We have a prosperous week ahead of us. So my advice to you is to take risks this week. Ask for the pay rise. Don't say no to the new opportunity. Remain open to the possibilities that come up for you this week. And for those of you with new roles, potentially you could, or maybe I'll say it like this. There's money to be made this week. Don't hold back in asking for what you're worth. Like, recognize that, particularly women, we often get scared asking or talking about money. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to talk money. Money's not evil. The evil is the person that has their hands on the money. It's the individual that taints the dollars. It's not the dollars itself. It's just energy. It's just an exchange of energy. That's all it is. And it's useful. Money helps us to fulfill our soul purpose. I have to spend money to make money. I have to spend money on platforms and tools and cards and VAs and websites, and we have to make money. To make money, we have to spend money. So remember that money makes money. You don't be afraid of it. And sometimes what happens too is we get to a point for example, in your business life where you make an abundance of money and then you get scared to ask for more. It's almost like you put the brakes on it because you're not sure you can handle that amount of energy. Yes, you can. This is big energy coming in. So be open. When you're in alignment with doing what you love, when you really truly are in the right heart space, right intention, right action, you will be supported. You will be divinely compensated. You will be gifted in some way, financially or resourcefully. This is big resources coming your way this week. So remain open this week, open to receive, and be open to expanding what you're currently doing. Okay, do you know, I was on my Ouija board today and the word tower card came up, and I thought, oh no, I don't want that. And look what's come up, the tower card. Okay, so, where do I start with this card? This is the Tower of Bullshit in the back here. Okay, so let me tell you about the myth. I think the myth is really relevant, and it'll help me conjure a little bit around this card. So, in the story, King Minos wants to rule Crete. And he had two other brothers who wanted to rule Crete as well, but he wanted the throne. And so he asked Poseidon to help him. And Poseidon said, I will help you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a white bull. And this white magical bull, you're going to then take this bull and sacrifice it to me in front of all your people, so they trust that you have a connection with the divine, and and I will help you. I will give you the throne. So he handed him this magical white bull, and King Minos decided that he wanted to keep the bull. So then what he did is he swapped it for another bull, another white bull, and sacrificed that bull to Poseidon. Well, Poseidon's a very angry god. You don't fuck around with Poseidon, and he did. And so Poseidon knew he sacrificed a fake bull, and then sought revenge. Like he was a vengeful god, and he sought to harm him. So he got a few people to help him. So he got Aphrodite to afflict his wife Pasiphae for this, to have this passion for the bull, and Daedalus, who we meet in the Pentacles, he builds this wooden bull for Pasiphae so she can climb into the bull and make love to it. And she ends up producing this child, this monster child. So it's half bull, half human. And King Minos was so ashamed. It was the big secret. It was the big secret in the kingdom. And so they hid the bull in this labyrinth. They got Daedalus, who we meet in the Pentacles, to create this labyrinth, and they hid the bull in the labyrinth. And then what they did is they would take virgins from Athens, because this bull would only eat the flesh of virgins from Athens, and feed it to this bull. And it was the secret. It was this dirty little secret that they had. Well, so what ended up happening is Poseidon got really pissed off. He got all this help, and they started to break down the tower. And so eventually what happened is the bull was killed along with King Minos as well. And so the moral of the story, the message in the story, there's so much more to the story, but long story short, is that's the Tower of Bullshit. That's the secrets, the hidden secrets, the lies, the bullshit, the facades, the masks that we wear to meet the social expectations of our parents or of the community, or the people that we associate with, the people that we're walking on eggshells around, or the polite ways in which we're approaching the work that we do, or it could be the way in which we're not fully showing up, being who we are in the workplace or in our relationships. And so this is the tower falling down, where it's just no longer sustainable. This is about taking the masks off. This is about you becoming, you dropping the old ego. It's like an annihilation of the ego, where everything's starting to fall apart. Everything's falling away. What you once thought was sustainable is no longer sustainable anymore. And so this card, it's a very powerful card, because we're invited to change. Actually, we're invited to go through a process of change and transformation, but it doesn't happen without conflict, because when we take off the mask and we start speaking our truth and just being real about who we are, not everybody's going to like it. Not everybody's going to be happy about it. And often what happens with this card is relationships fall apart. Relationships break down. And it can be personal relationship, lovers, it can be friendships, it can be work relationships. It's a pretty heavy card. It's a heavy card, but it's a necessary card, because essentially what it's doing is it's going to liberate. It's going to liberate you, it's going to liberate me, it's going to liberate us, and the outcome is actually in our best interest. It's for our higher good. What once was is no longer sustainable. We just can't sustain that anymore. And good, because now we get to be more of who we are. And I've said that, I always say this when I teach channeling, that the guides are not meant to be at the forefront of experience. We are, and our purpose in our lifetime is to individuate, as Jung would say, which is about becoming more and more of who you are, dropping down the social conditionings, letting go of the masks, beyond the mask, beyond the ego. Who are you? And this is the process of that happening, but it doesn't happen without discomfort. Yes, what we were talking about yesterday, absolutely, Katrina. I'm not happy about these cards this week. No, it's okay. I am happy about the Ace of Pentacles. This is a good thing, but we've got to get real. We've got to get real. So, the Lovers. Now, see, with this card, when people get the Lovers in the tarot, well, in the Rider-Waite, it actually means something a bit different. In my tarot, it's not all is not as it seems. So I'm going to tell you a story again because the story is relevant. So Paris was enlisted by, or basically dragged by the gods to vote in this beauty contest between Hera, Aphrodite, and Athena. And the gods knew not to participate in this because the goddesses who were not voted the most beautiful would be vengeful. And the gods knew that, and they knew not to fuck around. So they got a mortal, Paris, who was very young and very immature. This is the card. This is a very adolescent card. It's that adolescent energy of it's learning lessons. This is about like lessons in relationship. And so anyway, so they chose Paris because Paris, being the son of Troy, Paris was at the time a shepherd. And all he did was shepherd sheep and shag women. That was it. And beautiful women. So they thought that he would have a good eye for a beautiful woman. He would be a good judge. So they brought him in, and so he focused on the women. And then Hera said to him here, she said, "If you choose me, I will allow you to rule the world." Athena said, "If you choose me, I will make you the greatest warrior that's ever lived." And then Aphrodite said, "If you choose me, I will drop my gown and you will have the most beautiful woman in the world." And so she drops her gown for him. And he was like, yeah, "I'm having her, it's her." And so anyway, so he chose Aphrodite. And of course, the other goddesses were pissed off. They were out to get him. So Helen, who was the most beautiful woman in the world, you'll have heard of her, the face that launched 1,000 ships, was already married, and she eloped with Paris, and there started the Trojan War, which was orchestrated by these two women here. They orchestrated this war knowing that he would die and his city would burn down. So it's quite an intense story. But the moral of the story, the myth, the lesson in this story is that Paris was overtaken by his lust. He was overtaken by the material. He wasn't thinking deeply. He wasn't thinking long term. He was thinking short term. We're being called to focus on the heart. Focus on, all the shiny things, whatever's shiny out there, drop it. It's short term and it will cause more problem than it's worth. We're being called to focus on heart consciousness. And sometimes the lesson is in this card is that sometimes what looks shiny and sparkly and attractive is really not in our best interest. And in fact, it will cause more problem than it's worth. So we're being called to be very aware of our cravings, our lustful cravings for things, for objects. He objectified those women, and he fell in love with Helen because she was beautiful. He didn't know her. He just wanted somebody beautiful. So this is the card of being careful. Being careful not to, just be aware when you're objectifying. Be aware. And you could be objectified yourself. This card can also be about love triangles. You could be the third wheel, or somebody else could be participating or seducing or interfering in your relationship as well. There's three's a crowd. That's the kind of energy. Sometimes it can be emotional. What's the word? When you're unfaithful, being emotionally unfaithful. There's an unfaithful element to this card. So we must just be careful. Be careful this week. Trust your heart. Trust your heart beyond the illusion of beautiful things. Okay? Two major cards, two big cards. The Tower of Bullshit's about to fall. So, and it's interesting that we've got this card, just the material, don't focus too much on what looks good. Trust what you feel on the inside. Trust what you feel in your heart. And of course, so let me do a quick summary. So an abundance of energy this week, resources, money, potential big money. Be careful though. You don't want it to be short term. You don't want a short term fix. You want long term gain. So just follow your heart. Follow your heart. And then we've got the Tower of Bullshit, the truth, dropping down the facades. If you want what you want, you've got to be real with yourself. You have to be real, and you've got to be real with other people, being honest about who you are and what you actually want. Not everybody's going to be happy about it. Too bad. Too bad. On the other side of this card is the Naked Truth, and that's a powerful card. We meet Pandora after this, in the cycle, the hero's journey. What comes after this is Pandora, the Naked Truth, but we have to let the Tower fall first. Okay, intense cards, hey, this week. Oh, gosh. What does that mean for me? I'm thinking about me now and what's been going on. I've had an interesting week. I think the spider's died, or maybe it's caught another spider in there or something. It's looking really creepy. I don't like it. I still haven't got rid of it because I don't want to touch it. Okay. Could be interesting at work. Yes, it could. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to read now. Yes, intense. Oh, Joe, I've been thinking about you. I'm sorry I haven't seen you. I've been busy working, and yes, with my intense times. I'll talk to you about that tomorrow. Okay, let me see. Who am I going to read for? I feel like I don't want to project too much into the week, but I feel like we've got a big week ahead of us, guys. Let me see. Who am I going to read for? I don't know. Barbara, I'll read for you. Nice to see you, Barbara. Hi, Stacey. Well, a lot of people have left tonight. Oh no, it's on my computer. Well, that's bizarre. I better refresh it. What's going on there? I just have to refresh it. Sorry, guys, because it's... Maybe I'm talking too much tonight. It is what it is. Let's see. I'm just refreshing it because I need to be... I might have to use my screen. Okay. So, Barbara, yes, here you are. Okay. There's your card. Oh, do you know? So this comes after the Tower card, the Naked Truth. So this is Pandora. She represents Eve. So Eve was produced from the rib of Adam. So she was produced in the eyes of man, and she doesn't have her own identity yet. And she's curious. She's curious about who she is. And so she opens up, well, the eyes of the gods, I should say. Actually, the gods produced her, but man. And so she opened Pandora's box. She was curious. They gave her all of these gifts. There was curiosity, there was intelligence, there was kindness and love and affection, and curiosity was another gift. And curiosity got the better of her, and she opened up Pandora's box, and she let out all these spites and all these ill things, these things out of the box, but they were necessary. They were necessary, and she let out the truth, basically. But you can see here, she finally understands who she is. She finds out who she is, and you can see her. She's naked there, and there's the pool of remembering. This is you coming back to who you really are. This is you finding yourself again. This is you having to come back to the truth of who you are, beyond the tower of bullshit, beyond the facades. This is you being real about who you are and what you really want. And you're being guided. The star, you can see here there's the star. You're being guided. This is the star is like the light within. It hasn't taken on form yet. You still don't know what's next. There's a transition coming up for you. You're not quite there yet, but it's on its way, because there's a newer, more vital version of you that's emerging, a more truer, authentic version of you. But you had to open up Pandora's box, which let out all the secrets, all the spites, all the things that you needed to know. And so you're remembering who you are. It's a very powerful card. It's also the card of hope. And it's been referred to in my tarot like the card that comes up when we lose everything, when everything is lost, when we think everything is lost, but hope still remains. That faith in life, that faith that everything will turn out okay. And you just need to prepare yourself, because you're going to go through a transition. Okay. You're welcome, Barbara. Oh, you're welcome, Katrina. Beck, I shall read for you. Joe, I'm going to pick a card for you too. Are you still here, Joe? Give me a yes if you're still here, because I'll read for you as well. Hi, Tina. Hi, Janine. Good to see you. I hope your drive was safe. Or maybe you're still in Perth. Hi, Jake. Nice to see you. I'm feeling really intense tonight. Must be still some of the energy from the moon. I am. I'm feeling the intensity. I feel really guided, actually. I feel like someone has my back right now. So, who did I say I was going to read for before Joe? She hasn't said yes. Joe, I'm just going to read for you now, and then whoever's next. Sorry, whoever you are, I'll come back to you. Beck, it was Beck. She might have gone. Joe, I'm going to read for you. Sending you so much love, Barbara. Okay, Joe. There's your card. It's just staring at me. I hope it's the right card. Sometimes, you know, when I feel a bit attached when it's my friends, I feel a bit more careful about the cards. I haven't looked at it yet, Joe. Oh, Joe, this is a nice card. So this is the card of feeling. This is, and you know, so perfect for you. You are very sensitive. This is Temperance. Temperance is she's the goddess of the rainbow. The eyes would have no I'm going to fuck it up. It's the little poem about, you know, there'd be no rainbows had the eyes no tears. So this is about feeling. This is about our emotional world and the renewal, the importance of feeling all the feels, to renew, to express, to keep the cups pouring them. And the cups represent silver and gold, represent the masculine and the feminine. And so the inner masculine, inner feminine, and the balance that one needs to let the emotions flow, to find the balance again. So this card comes up when we need to express what we're feeling, when we need to let it out of our body, and it is the card of forgiveness. It's about forgiving yourself. Sometimes when this card comes up, and I get the sense that you're going to relate to this, is that sometimes we feel like we've been the betrayer, or we've betrayed others, or we've been betrayed by our own heart, or we've betrayed our own heart, or something like that. It's that kind of betrayal energy. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in the context of we need to forgive ourselves for the mistakes that we make. None of us are perfect. We're not perfect, and we're certainly not perfect in relationship either. And so this is the card of finding that compassion and that empathy for you, finding that love and that empathy and compassion for you, and letting yourself be held by Mary, letting her step in. I know she guides you. Let her step in and hold you. Let her be here to be part of this journey with you. You know, open to her presence. Let her support you through this. And Mary, she is so much mercy. She's so forgiving. I guess this card, it reminds me of like radical responsibility. When we take on this radical responsibility for our actions, and the Ho'oponopono comes to mind as well. I'm thinking about that now. You know, that I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. That keeps rolling over and over again in my mind. Not really for the other, but for you, actually, to go within and to take hold of this younger version of you, and just remind her that she is loved. I feel like there's some work, emotional work. It'll pass. It's intense. It will pass, but necessary to find that renewal, to have to find that clear sense of being again, to find that clarity again. And yes, I'm sending you so much love, so much love. I'll speak to you soon. I'm going to speak to you tomorrow. Mwah. Okay. Oh, it's so beautiful, Madeline. I love it as well. It is a beautiful card. Hi Dora, nice to meet you. Happy Halloween. It's not really Halloween in Australia, even though we all sort of celebrate it here. We follow the Americans. We're very Americanized, actually. But, you know, we had our Halloween in May. It's the new year. It represents the new year, doesn't it? But it's, you know, ours was in May. Southern Hemisphere is in May. But we had a beautiful blue moon, didn't we? It was, it was an intense blue moon. Very intense. Hi Sam, good to see you. Hi Stephen. Maybe I will read for Daniela. Oh Beck, you're here. You're next. Sorry, I'll do you next, Beck. Oh Joe, I just want to give you a hug. Oh. Okay, I've got to think. I'm back with Joe, but I need to go back to Daniela. Daniela. Oh, contracts, signing contracts. It's time. This is, okay, you need to think with your head. This is about thinking with getting emotions out of the way, black and white thinking. This is about using your wisdom, the intellect, the mind. This is signing off on deals, signing off on contracts. This is you getting what you want. This is finally the signage. I'm seeing signatures, and this is you using the wisdom from your past. Bring that forward now. Athena has your back. She's a ruthless goddess. She has your back, and she's asking for you to have your own back as well. And Athena brought democracy actually to Athens. So she has the balance. She has the balanced mind. So she might seem ruthless, but actually she has very balanced thoughts. You're being called to trust in your intellect. We have an intellect for a reason. Yes, intuition is powerful, but we also need to balance that out with our mind as well. You're being called to think carefully, and decisions will go in your favor. Decisions will go in your favor. Trust. You are incredibly wise. Trust the wisdom and trust your intelligence as well. As I was saying before, intuition is fabulous, it's powerful, but we have a mind for a reason as well, and this is the moment to use it. Okay. So Beck, my page has, yes, that's the card you got last time, Nigel. That's right. My computer's frozen again. Why does it do that? Oh, what have I done? Oh, shit. Oh, no, here it's back. I don't know why it does that on my laptop. I just had my laptop fixed. They gave me a new 3-year warranty, actually. Apple are really good. Okay. If you'd like a reading, please put yes in the comments section. Beck, this is your card. Okay, Beck, so this is when I think of Zeus, Zeus is the god of the gods, right? He's the king of the gods. He's the leader of the Olympians, and he's the most powerful of the gods. And he rules the sky. He rules thunder and lightning. You can see the lightning in his hands, and he rules societies. He's like the rule maker. He teaches us about ethics. He teaches us about our values, and he's very powerful. So this is the card of business, of you wanting to start a business, or you are in business, or you're wanting to do something that's going to improve. Well, it feels business orientated. I've got fear as well. There's some fear around that for you, but it feels like you need to do either like some kind of contracting, a way in which you can earn money without, you need to be in an independent role where you're leading. You need to be in some kind of managerial, some kind of role where you're the boss. You need to, You need to go, you need to have some kind of leadership role. But this is also about, this is about making money as well, wanting to make more money, wanting to find ways to bring more money into your existence. And this is the card of learning how, we have to learn how to use the structures that in which we find ourselves in society. So I do, for example, I'm really alternative, right? I do things that are out there. I run courses and teach people how to use Ouija boards and channel and tarot and all sorts of things, witchcraft. I do all sorts of things, but I use the structures, the society's structures there to help me to ground that, so I can monetize that. So you've been called to do something similar. Use the structures that you have around you. It doesn't mean that you can't fulfill this alternative path, but you need to use the structures in which you find yourself in. Use Zeus's social, the way it's the society's been set up, use that. You can use it to your advantage. And so this is a card of going out on a limb. He's got the world in his hand. Obviously you're not traveling anywhere, well, within Australia perhaps, not overseas at the moment. But so this is the world is your oyster. So this is this is big energy with this card. It's big energy, and whatever project that you have, you're being called to go for it, go forward, go forth and make it happen. Do it. The power's behind you. Zeus is backing you. Channel his energy. Bring his energy in. He's big business. He's big energy. Be the leader that you're being called to become. Okay. Bye, Vicky. Ooh, are we doing cards? We are, Tiana. We are doing cards. I do them every Sunday at 7 o'clock Perth time. 7 AWST. Western Standard Time. Australian Western Standard Time. You're welcome, Beck. Hi, Aisling. Good to see you. Hi, Kim. Oh, that's all right. Yes, it was an intense reading. You might not want to go back. No, it was good. It was just, it looks like we've got a big week ahead of us. I certainly have, I think. And yes, I feel a bit scared. Yeah. What was the last card? That's right. We had the Lovers. Don't get excited about the Lovers card because it's yeah. Anyway. Okay. Yes, get yourself a laptop, Nigel. You're worth it. Who am I going to read for now? Sam. Okay. How are we going for time? Good. We've got plenty of time. I haven't had that many people show up recently. So I've got space to pretty much read for so many people. Interesting. Okay. Sam, if you feel like sharing, please go ahead and share my live. I'd appreciate it. The more the merrier. Okay, Sam, this is for you. You should check if you're still here. Yes, you are. Good. Okay, there's your card. Okay, choices, decisions and choices, and what you're being offered. You're being offered, there are offerings for you. There are offerings. You're going to be offered something, an offer of a position, offered an offering of some sort. Decisions must be made. Dadlius, if you watch the beginning of the reading, I was talking about Dadlius making that, there's Pasiphae. There's Pasiphae from the Tower card and the White Bull that she was in love with, that she had this passion. She had a passion. She was afflicted with a passion for this White Bull. And she's offering Dadlius a new role. And she's going to pay him well. She's saying, I need you to make me a wooden bull so I can climb into it and make love to the White Bull. Yes. So, Dadlius is a bit concerned. You can see here he's got his hand on his chin and he's thinking, oh shit, should I really be doing this? This is very controversial. This could cause problems, but what an achievement that would be for my craft to be able to create something so ingenious as this. And so this is about being called to do more, to become more, to venture more, to try something new, to open up to something new. And yes, it will have you questioning. Can I do this? Is it possible? You know, yes, it is. Yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible. So say yes. Say yes. New opportunity on your way. Thanks for sharing, Nell. I appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Jade. Yes, I shall read for you. And then I'll read for you, Irina. Jade and Irina. Jade. Let me read for Jade first. Yes, it was really hot in Perth, and now all of a sudden it's cooled down, which, yes, I'll sleep a bit better. I need to get one of those weighted blankets. I don't sleep well with just like a sheet on me. In my last house, I used to put, terrible, I used to put the air conditioning on in the middle of summer at night on 16 degrees so I could put all the blankets on me to have the weight on me, because I need to have weight on me to sleep. It's interesting, isn't it? So I like it when it's cooler for that reason, but I do prefer summer. Okay, Jade, this is for you. Yeah, because it was so hot. Last week I was sweating in here. Now this week my feet are freezing. Bizarre. Jade, this card is the card of having to establish boundaries. So sometimes when we create boundaries, what's actually happening is we're developing some ego. We're developing our ego, and a healthy ego. Ego and identity are virtually the same thing. We all have an identity, we all have an ego, and it's essential. It helps us to navigate in this 3D reality. It's part of who we are. We cannot escape the ego. The ego is constantly changing and shifting and morphing based on the relationships that we're having. So the people that we associate with will produce versions of who we are. However, in this card, this is about gaining a sense of agency and a sense of sovereignty, who you are outside of or beyond your relationship. So this is about having secure boundaries around you, space around you, making space for you, saying no where you need to say no, and not everybody's going to be happy about that. And what that does is it usually creates space, and sometimes people get intimidated by the space that they create. When they put up a boundary, they get scared of the spaciousness that's around them, that they're going to be alone, that you're going to be alone. Who's going to want to hang out with me? Or what am I going to do on my own? Or people may react because they're so used to taking advantage of you, that when you do put the boundary up, that they get pissed off and they leave, and then you feel rejected. So it's quite an intense card, the strength card. Hercules in this card is strangling the lion. The lion has this incredibly tough skin that it cannot be pierced by any instrument. And so Hercules, he's actually been afflicted by Hera with insanity. So he's doing all these tasks, trying to atone for every time he has a psychotic episode. And so Hera makes him atone by doing. She was awful, Hera. She wasn't a very nice goddess. Anyway, she was a very jealous. All the goddesses were a bit vengeful. But anyway, so Hercules used to go into psychosis. And anyway, so this was the magical lion, and he killed it by strangling it, and then he cut the skin off the lion, and he became known as Hercules the Invincible, because that skin protected him. So this is the card of healthy ego development, the importance of having that sense of me, myself, and I. Who am I outside of my relationship? Who do I want to be? And it is also about anger, feeling anger, and responding to it as it arises, saying no, because usually when we feel anger, it's because there's been an injustice, there's been some kind of boundary violation, and you need to say no. No, it can be a no, not today. It can be a no, not ever. It could be a no, I'll think about it, or it could be an I don't know. But no is acceptable. You're being called to say no where you need to say no. Okay. So, you're welcome, Jade. Irina, this is for you. Yes, I wonder what's coming up today. I'm feeling really connected tonight. I'm just saying. Must have been that big cry I had last night. It was really weird. Weird in the sense that, it's just, yeah, it was very cleansing. It was very cleansing. And then, yeah, the moon had me. And yes, I could feel it in my womb. My womb was tingling as I was crying. It was tingling. It was activated. It was really powerful last night. That moon was intense. Yeah. Yeah, I was very conscious, but we did do a lot of energy work on the Saturday. We were dropping down into our senses. We were feeling, we were in our body, and it was my senses, I was activated, completely like stimulated. And we didn't eat much, which was important, like necessary, because when I do channeling practices, if you eat too much, it just puts you to sleep, and then it dulls your senses. It just dulls everything. And so I'm not trying to starve people when I do my channeling. We just need to eat lightly, because when I teach channeling, I like people to stay alert and awake and sensitive. Okay, Irina, this is for you. Here's your card. Okay, Irina, so this is the card of conflict, where you're feeling conflict. You're feeling conflicted. This is, in the story, this is Psyche and Eros. And so Psyche has been sort of living in this, it's not a lie. It's just that she's only, it's like she's living in a little bit of a delusion. We all do it. We all have our own little delusion, our little protective world where we don't want to see things as they are. So this is Psyche. She finally decides that she wants to see who her husband is. And in the story, she's married to Eros, and they married without knowing each other. And he only would come to her at night, so she just didn't know all of who he was, all of who he is. And it got the better of her, and so at night, one night, she lit an oil lamp. She had to see him. She wanted to know who she'd married, and she lit the lamp, and she looked. She held it over him, and she saw this absolutely beautiful being. He was angelic and beautiful, and the oil dropped onto him and burnt him, and he woke up and he felt betrayed. And he was pissed off, and he took off, and he was very immature. He just took off and he left her. He didn't talk it through. But it was necessary. So this is the card of preparing for your own space, actually, Irina. You need to make space for you. You've been over-giving, over-delivering, over-giving, over... It's like a bit people-pleasing. Not because... Sometimes we just need to be reminded that don't betray your needs. You need to put yourself as somebody who is first, somebody who is valuable and important, and your needs matter as well. So you're being called to make space for you, and it was necessary. Psyche had to have a bit of a fight to make that space, to get that space for herself. She had to have the argument. But what it eventually gave her was this sense of agency and sovereignty. She got her space. She found more of who she was. She got to do some personal work and to have like that feelings of substance and connection with her soul and with who she is and what she really wants and what she really needs. So the conflict is necessary. You are feeling this inner conflict, and you're being called to make space for you, to actually spend time on doing things for you, to actually give to yourself, to invest in you. You invest in other people. You give so much. This is your time to turn and face you, to ally with your heart and start really opening up to your own sacred space again. And I know you sort of flit in and out of that You know, you have moments where you're in that, and then you have moments where you're not, and you're being reminded it's time to go back. It's time to open up and make space for you. You know, in doing that, you can't, for you to fulfill your purpose, to do more of what you love, you've got to make space for it. You have to make space. You have to make that sacred space to create. You know, you are more than just candles, Irina. There's more. But wait, there's more. And you need the space to explore whatever that more is. Okay. So true, this, I forget myself sometimes. Yes, you do. You do. You are, you over-deliver. You're an over-giver. You give a lot. It's a beautiful quality. Your friends are very lucky to have you. Very fortunate to have you. You're a lovely, you know, good soul, beautiful person. I'd like you to give yourself that as well, you know, to come back to you, to make space for you and your needs as well. I wonder what that would look like. Maybe writing that down, you know, what would, you know, what are you really wanting to explore? What is your heart wanting? It's very, the cups, it's about heart consciousness. It is, they're heart conscious cards. They're beautiful cards. Okay, who's next? Tiana, you're next. I'm choosing you. You're welcome, Irina. Tiana, this is for you. Okay, so bit of a this is probably one of the most insecure cards of the Pentacles, and this card does foretell of insecurities and you needing to let go emotionally, you needing to let go of the past, to let go of mistakes that have been made, and also to let go of what is no longer working for you. Sometimes this can be around jobs that have been lost, or employment opportunities that we didn't take or that we could have taken but we didn't. Money, loss of money when we've invested in something and we didn't get, you know, we didn't get paid what we thought we would. And we all go through it. It happens to all of us. We all face this at some point. But this is the card of having to take a big risk now, because what once was is no longer serving you. What once was is no longer serving you. So it's time for change. It's time to move. It's time for movement. But it's going to require an investment. There's no promise with this card that it's going to be the right decision, but you've got no choice. To risk nothing is to have nothing. So it's like the risk must be taken. The risk must be taken anyway. I know what happens to Dadlius because I know what the next card's trying to move in the direction. Do it. You need to do it. You're going to have to invest. Tiana, you're going to have to invest, and it's going to cost you. It will cost you. But, you know, to risk nothing, it will be a risk. But I know what happens with this card. Because he decides to take a risk, Dadlius ends up landing an incredible opportunity, but not without some loss first. So you know, even in my own business, it has its ebbs and its flows, and there's some programs that I've ran before that didn't quite take off, and I invested a lot of money in creating them, platforms, time, energy, VAs, this and that, and they just didn't take off. It just didn't work. It wasn't in, you know, just didn't happen. And so we have to take risks to know that what isn't going to work, so that we can get into alignment for what will work. So the mistakes are necessary. They're necessary because they help us, they support us, even though they're not enjoyable. I don't like making mistakes. Nobody likes making mistakes. But, you know, you will. We all do. We all make mistakes in business. Some people, they just, you know, we have to remember too, and this is in business, that you need to make yourself visible. And it's really important. If you want your business to thrive, you have to be prepared to make a fool of yourself. You know, you have to be prepared for things to fall apart. You have to be prepared for things to not work and for them to work, because it's both. It's a bit of both. You know, I've done lives before where I've just lost myself. I just haven't been completely in alignment. They happen. You know, I've had courses that didn't sell out. That happens. That's okay. It is what it is. You know, and when we first start out in business, I think we have very fragile egos. We're scared to take risks. We're scared to spend money. We're scared to make mistakes, and the ego is very fragile. And we often get pointy fingers in the beginning. It's her fault. She said this. She made me do that. So therefore, it's her fault. It didn't work. Sometimes I get that from my business mentoring clients. They blame me. But at the end of the day, you know, you've got to take responsibility for your actions, and that's what Dadlius does. You know, he has to take responsibility for what he did and the mistakes that he's made. They're his mistakes. They're nobody else's. They're his. So this isn't a negative card. It sounds a bit negative. I don't mean to sound negative, but you're being called to take a risk. You have to take a risk, and to risk nothing is to have nothing. You're going to have to invest. It will cost you. You will probably lose some money to begin with. That's normal. That's normal. You know, that's just how it goes. But I know the future. I know the future of this card. It's abundant. So even though sometimes we have to just cut our losses, you know, cut our losses and give it a go. Okay. Big love, Tiana. Let me see. Dora, I'll read for you. That's exactly where you're at. Oh, big hugs, Tiana. If you want some extra support, extra mentoring, I don't know what your business is, but if you need some support, if I can help you, I will. I don't mentor everyone. I had, I won't say her name, but there's someone online tonight. We talked about potential mentoring last year, or beginning of this year. But her business model is not, well, what she does is way out of alignment of the work that I do. And that's not to say that there's anything wrong with what she does. That's not what I mean. But I can't help her. I work with people who are like intuitive and spiritual entrepreneurs. They're my avatars. They're my people. I can help you for sure. Okay. I haven't really been focusing on my business mentoring clients recently. I've been more on tarot and channeling and the intuitive arts. I've been feeling really drawn to teach psychic development again. It's like it just keeps, it feels light. It feels like it's where I'm meant to be going at the moment. I'm really keen on running some psychic development classes. And I think we live in a world where we're so bombarded at the moment with everybody's opinions, views, social media. We're being told how to think. We're being sharing all these conspiracy theories, and some of them aren't conspiracies. Some of them are legit. Some of them are not. Some of them are bullshit. And we have to learn to trust ourselves again. And we're struggling to do that because it's a bombardment of stuff. Anyway, I believe that we all need to learn how to trust our intuition again, our true navigation that's speaking to us 24/7. We've just forgotten how to do that. Yes, Tiana, you'd love to do some psychic development. Well, keep your eyes open because I'm going to have something come up this week. I need to organise it properly. It's a lot of work to set up, but it'll be set up. It's definitely on my radar of things to do. I really, really want to do it. Okay, Dora, this is your card. Oh, there's two. Which one do I want? No, it's this one. Dora, this is such a good card. This is the card of getting what you want. This is you having, look forward this week to receiving good news, to having something going your way, something, getting what you want, having what you want. And this is also the card of knowing what you're called to do in your lifetime, having that sense of what you're supposed, how you're meant to be. It's like, this is the destiny card. Jason, well, all the ones are, but excuse me, Jason in this card has finally got the golden fleece. Can you see the golden fleece there? That's his destiny. He was meant to go and get the golden fleece and to claim the golden fleece, to bring it back from Colchis back to Ilkos to claim his throne. And his uncle, King Peleus, sent him on this adventure thinking he'd never return, thinking he'd never come back. But he defeats the dragon who has this golden fleece, and the dragon is your fears. You having overcome them. Not a lot rattles you anymore. You're at this stage in your life where you're not rattled in the same way that you may have been 10 years ago. Things are different now. It's like this is staking your claim now. This is you showing up. I feel like I feel like you're going to get really good news this week. There's something that you need to know this week that's coming your way. There's like a good, like you're going to get what you want, to get what you need. And yeah, this is the card of knowing your calling. Are you following it? Is my question to you, Dora. You've been working on doing, you didn't finish. I've been working on doing. Working on what, Dora? You're more. Do more of that. This is what, just trust that. Do more of that. Follow the bliss. Follow what makes you happy. This is the card of like having some kind of public acclaim, like being recognized for it. Introspective work. Okay. Yeah, well, this is the card of having some, like, being recognized for something, for some kind of skill, knowledge, and it's a powerful card. This is a great card. When that comes up in one of my readings, I'm like, yes, this is a good card. This is a good sign. Things going your way. You're going to get some good news this week. Okay. How are we going for time? Oh, look, I've gone over time. Well, people, so I will give you a little bit of a heads up. So keep your eyes open this week. I am going to offer a psychic container, an online container. It'll be a psychic development group, but we'll do channeling every week, and I'm going to include witchcraft, witchery in the home. So we'll probably meet fortnightly, and I haven't got all the details down yet, but we'll probably meet fortnightly. And we'll work with the cycles of the moon. So I'll teach you some about the moon cycles, if you don't know already. And we'll work with the gods and goddesses, not just the goddesses, the gods as well. They're relevant as well. We're both masculine and feminine is within us. The anima and animus is within us. We'll work with both energies. And yes, and we're going to practice developing our intuition, developing our psychic abilities, learning, trusting ourselves, learning how to trust ourselves again. And we'll do that through reading for each other as well, developing our own psychic abilities, reading for others too. So we'll do that every fortnight. And then, yeah, on the off week, I'm probably going to have little tasks for you to do. You'll have to collect some bits and pieces for your intention for the week based on the different god or goddess that we're working with for that week, which will be based on the moon cycle. Yes. It's a little bit of organisation from me. I like to do things on the fly, so some of it will be on the fly. I'm a shoot from the hip kind of person. But yeah, keep your eyes open. It's manifesting. It's calling me. I just need to work out timing as well, the times, because I've got some international people and people from the eastern states who I know who would love this. So I need to make it friendly for them. So God help me with the times, hey? It's really tricky trying to combine the both. Might have to run 2 different sessions. Maybe I'll do it like that. 1 week for 1 session. Maybe that's the answer. Yes, we'll see. Okay. So that's it from me, everyone. Sending you so much love. If you'd love a reading, you know where to find me. And well, actually, before I go, I'll quickly put it in the comments section. I'll put my business page. You can, if you like, where is it? People are probably disappearing now. 16, here we go. Here's my business page. If you jump on there, there's a free download there. You can download my free channeling insight guide and a hypnosis that you can keep forever. And you can have a look on there and see what I've got on there, what's on offer. And yes, looking forward to sharing some magic with you this week. I've got a few things cooking. I can't tell you the second one because the second one's really big, and I need to have like a mentoring session with my coach to talk about how we can manifest that. It's very exciting. I might be the first person to do this thing that I'm planning. I can't tell you what it is. I cannot. It's too big. Okay, I'm out of here. Sending you all big hugs, big love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Take care, everyone. Bye.